How fanatical Indians are for faith. In 1857, before the Great Uprising of India, this guy, Reddy, has fought against the British for 10 years. He leads a widespread revolt against the rule of the British East India Company. He uses the cold weapon to fight against artillery, but he never loses. The movie begins, the British East India Company conquers India. India claims to be the birthplace of civilization. Before invading India, England has made an investigation. It reports that there is no beggar and thief in India. This kind of solid civilization, even in the occupation of the Mughal Empire, has never been ruined. These words are exaggerated anyway. Then, the British East India Company plans to destroy the civilization of India, and completely conquers this country. From there, India, with a long history of being occupied, enter the era of being colonized. The colony has no right at all, so they have to fight against the colonizer. Before becoming the colony of England, India is divided into 4 or 5 parts. The vast southern area is divided into 61 territories. These territories belong to 61 chiefs respectively. One of the chiefs has a son. When he was born, he neither cried nor panted. This boy. There is a rumble of thunder, he cries, this makes her parents happy. He has the meaningful name of Narasimha Reddy. Because of the drought in his area, when he is a child, Reddy is entrusted with an important task, to hold fire on the mountain to pray for the rain. Not long after that, Reddy becomes a young man. On the road, he sees the British killing Indians at will. Back home, he finds a sage and tells him he wants to kill the British. The sage advises him, violence can't solve anything, you have to use your mind. Then he instructs Reddy to learn combat and philosophy. After that, Reddy is reborn and loved by many people. This is something we call successful puberty nowadays. After accumulating enough power, Reddy holds a festival, as the first step to unite 61 other chiefs and to have a final battle with the British East India Company. 61 chiefs are not all of one mind. A fellow chief named Avuku Rayu has hostility towards Reddy for his popularity. He orders his servant to drug the cattle used for the festival. The cattle are going crazy and attack people there. Reddy shoots an arrow and breaks the earthen jars. The pure natural plant pigments inside exploded, drives the cow to the cliff. Then he is alone with the torch in his hand. He tries to change the direction of the herd and makes them run to the river. It doesn't take so long to find out the mastermind of this scheme. People are angry, they ask Avuku to apologize. However, in a feudal society, the chief is not allowed to bow in front of common people. Avuku picks up a sword and intends to suicide. Reddy tries to mediate the dispute. He grabs a handful of dirt and tells Avuku, now, we are protecting our territory, we need to unite. At first, they refuse to pay taxes. The southern area has encountered drought for many years, they don't have enough food to maintain their life, let alone paying taxes. So, before the drought ends, they will not pay any taxes to the British East India Company. During the festival, Reddy meets the dancer Lakshmi. However, a child marriage has been conducted between Reddy and Siddharma when he was 6. Because only a married man can hold fire on the mountain to pray for the rain. So his family has no choice but to hold a wedding for him. After that, they never mention that wedding again. Just right, they can hold the wedding again today. During the wedding, Lakshmi wishes him good luck. After that, she runs to the cliff and attempts suicide. Reddy saves her. He tells that India has no liberation, so they are not free to love. He also convinces her to give life another chance and devotes herself to country. Listen to what Reddy says, Lakshmi is enlightened. She goes around the country and uses her dance to contribute to the resistance. The British East India Company arrived at the southern. The first thing they do is order Reddy to pay taxes. In comparison with my last video, the British are not as strong as the Indians. The British General Jackson loses to Reddy. Back home, he burns his horse because there is her fear in it. The horse, are you crazy? Jackson let alone Reddy and pillages the surrounding regions to collect the taxes. After that, he recollects his power and attacks Reddy. While Reddy is away from home, the British East India Company comes and riffles food supply. People can choose not to pay, however, but they have to bring their daughters to Jackson to serve him before they get married. He will change the black skin color to white color. To Indians, dignity is more important than food. When Reddy comes back, the food supply has been drained out by the British company. The next day, Reddy attacks Jackson's home by himself and kills all of his soldiers. His action encourages people, they use bows and arrows to fight against the guns of the British company. Jackson falls into the water and eventually is beheaded by Reddy. Reddy raises Jackson's head high into the sky, to show people that Jackson has no brain. However, the grain is still not enough. They have to snatch back the treasure taken away by the British company. They attack the caravan of the British East India Company and get back a lot of things. Reddy holds a meeting again to unite all the chiefs to get back their territory. But many chiefs don't want to fight but surrender. How is about what I have said before? Goodbye. Only a few common people want to fight against the British together with Reddy. There are 40 people. They have to fight against the British company with more than 300 soldiers. That night, the British company attack and kill a lot of rebels. Reddy goes down to attract firepower. When the British come, they close the door and set it afire. Do you still remember Avuku? He reforms and helps Reddy defeat them. They are victorious in the first battle. Reddy's wife, Sidharma, gives birth to their child in the fort. Not yet finished confinement in childbirth, she has to leave Reddy. She doesn't want to interfere in the resistance. I will take care of our son, take good care of yourself. The British East India Company finds out that they are unable to defeat Reddy face to face. So they find another way around. Reddy's brother betrays the resistance for money. He brings the people from Eastern India back home, kidnap Reddy's wife and newborn son. Reddy and his people come and rescue them. He asks his mother to punish his brother. Another chief also betrays Reddy for money. He wants to kill Reddy's wife and son but is unsuccessful. Reddy kills him immediately. Why didn't you kill your brother but killing my son? Veera Reddy, the father of the chief killed by Reddy, betrays the resistance out of anger. Lakshmi also takes part in the resistance. She travels across the nation and uses her dance to promote it. This leads to chiefs from the Tamil region joining Reddy's army. Cochrane manages to capture Lakshmi and intends to humiliate her. She lights her clothes on fire and causes an explosion, kills many British soldiers, and destroys a lot of firearms ammunition. The British hold a meeting to find out why an army of 9,000 soldiers can lose the battle to a man like Reddy. Surrender, assassinate, whatever, you have to find a way to defeat the rebel. After learning that Lakshmi is dead, Reddy is angry. The battle now begins. It is the battle between the British army with the modern weapon and the Indian with sword and knife. In this battle, there are 3,000 soldiers of Reddy killed. The British also lost 10,000 soldiers. What are you doing? The general proudly says we have wounded Reddy. Are you so proud of that? However, they also get some good news. Their soldiers have managed to capture a chief named Veera Reddy, and he betrays the resistance out of anger. There is a festival and Reddy has to go mountain to light up the fire. This is to make all Indians feel that God is protecting them. To Indians, who are very superstitious, this is very important. Reddy arrives at the mountain, drinks the tea Veera Reddy prepares for him without knowing that Veera has drugged it. British army follows to the mountain and attacks Reddy. Only Reddy against thousands of British soldiers, even though his mind is a blur, he still needs to light the fire. He tries to fight against the British army and manages to light up the fire. However, he is captured alive. Veera goes down the mountain and sees his son, who must have been killed by Reddy. You are still alive, of course. That time, Reddy did not kill him but let him make up for his mistake. Reddy asks him to be a spy on the front line and makes his father proud. Now, he learns that someone will drug Reddy's tea. You have to help me to inform him, it is unnecessary, it's me, are you crazy? Veera's son nearly kills him. He wants to rescue Reddy but is killed by the British. Reddy is captured alive and taken down the mountain. Veera is on his knee and decides to kill himself. Reddy is deeply moved. Not long after that, the British court pronounces a judgment. You dare to revolt against us, you have to apologize. Reddy doesn't accept this sentence. So he has to die. However, Reddy doesn't die even from hanging and escapes the noose. One of the soldiers beheads him. Reddy's body manages to stab Cochrane dead. Everything comes to an end. Reddy's rebellions serve as inspiration for warriors and activists to gain their deserved freedom. In 1857, the Great Uprising of India broke out. Lakshmibai and her men defeat the British. Reddy is the one who admires the most. Let's talk about the movie itself. Both professional perspectives or the plot of the movie are great. From my point of view, the fantasy movie King Bahubali is more interesting. This movie is based on a real event, however, I have checked many documents but can't find anything. Let's talk about the East India Company. People who have watched Pirates of the Caribbean all know that England, Poland, Spain, and other Western countries are all famous because of the East India Company. At first, this name is used for all companies doing business in Eastern India. At that time, England wants to expand territory, so it encourages many companies to go abroad. It will approve and protect anyone who can do business or set up a colony. That is how businessmen established the East India Company with a commercial sharing system. After that, India opens its border. The more money they earn, the better they support. Other Western countries are jealous. They also follow the model of the East India Company and come to India to do business. Not long after that, the East India Company finds out that collecting taxes makes more money than doing business. Colonize. England grants the East India Company military, political rights, and even exemption rights. This makes the company become the local representative of England. They use law regulation and power to let white status abuse local people. The predatory thinking of Westerners inflicts more evil at that time. East India is not Eastern of India. It refers to a divided India at that time. This phrase is used to differentiate the West Indian archipelago and the whole of India. The West Indian archipelago is the Caribbean archipelago itself. So the world is amazing. The era of Caribs conquering America has come to an end. Then now the genocidal invaders create some groundless news to attack their rivals under the banner of genocide. The movie comes to an end. I'm Harry. I'll see you in the next video.